up, guys? Today we're talking about 10K running training. I'm going to give you a workout to run strong and fast. So running a 10K and performing really well requires this blend of strength and speed, and it's a challenge. So what we're going to talk about is a workout that is going to give us a little bit of both of those things. But I would be remiss if we didn't talk about what an ultimate run workout should be as well, how we should warm up for it, how we should perform in it, and how we should cool down. And if we really put all these things in together all the time, it's really gonna make a huge difference in our performance. So in our warm-up, this is how this is gonna go. You're gonna take the first 5 minutes and you're only gonna breathe through your nose. Perhaps in another video you've seen me talk about this, but it's so important before I start running really hard or running with really good posture and mechanics is I need to get that diaphragm fully activated and going. So breathing through my nose forces me to belly breathe, which is what I really want. Now, can you belly breathe without breathing through your nose? Absolutely. So if you're someone who seems to be particularly congested that day, or you've got some other thing going on, we just want to practice breathing through here. But if you've never done it before, it's a fantastic little tool. It's actually even a little scary. So a little practice there, go as slow as you need to do, hit that. Once you've got your 5 or 6 minutes or so, you're actually gonna stop and warm up. Crazy, we're not just gonna do slow running, we're actually gonna do some other movement to get ourselves going. I'm gonna work on a little bit of upper body stuff, I'm gonna take that down to my legs. I'm gonna show you 1 or 2 of my favorite go-tos. What we're actually gonna get started with are just gonna be some arm circles, so I'm gonna put my hands out to the side, and my goal is just to get a little heat in these shoulders. So I'm gonna start with small circles. Slowly, these circles are gonna grow and get a little bit larger, get a little bit larger, nice and big, and I can go nice and slow, all the way back, all the way up. I go nice and fast. I can go nice and slow again, nice and fast, and then slowly I'm gonna go smaller and smaller and smaller. Finally, this is where the shoulders start to burn, but I'm gonna stay strong. Notice that my elbows aren't weak. We're not doing little weak arm circles here. We're nice and locked out elbows. Our fingers are bladed. Now I'm gonna go backwards, start small, slowly start to grow these circles and get them a little bit bigger, get them a little bit bigger, nice and big. Can I go fast? Good, and can I go nice and slow, kind of carving as much space in that shoulder as I can. Fast again, nice and slow, and then finally shake them out. And then I'm just gonna open and close this way. I'm just gonna hinge over. Sometimes we call this a little swimmer stretch, the Michael Phelps stretch. We all know who that guy is. We're gonna open and close this way. This is a nice way to open up our chest and our bicep, which is gonna help us open up our arm swing, which is what we care about. Back and forth this way. Good. Hitting this. Fantastic. Finally, once I've got my kind of 2 upper body, little warm-up exercises, I'm gonna hit my legs. I'm gonna post up on this left leg. I'm gonna find a balance. I'm gonna start with just some gentle leg swings here. As I feel good, I'm slowly gonna start to make these swings a little bit bigger. What's gonna happen is that my low back is gonna swing around a lot with it, but I want this nice and quiet. Only this movement happening here at hip level. And once I go, I can start to swing up a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna do about 20 of these swings. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick up, swing back into this long lunge. Square my hips, rib cages pulled down nice and tight. I'm gonna go up and down here 10 times in this split lunge position. Drop this back knee to the ground, extend this back leg. Big stretch here. This is so nice because it helps undo all that time we spend in cars, seated in chairs, where this hip gets closed and gets really tight, and we have a hard time running fast. So I'm gonna really exaggerate, open up this hip position, and then finally I can finish with both hands down to the ground. I can get down nice and low, work on some hip circles down here, really open up my hips. So, I've got my leg swings, I've got that lunge, really working on hip extension, and then finally I drop my hands to the ground, work on those hip circles down there, starting with my arm circles and my arm swings. That's my warm-up. So the workout is going to be pretty simple. I'm gonna find a nice, moderate, steady pace for the actual duration of the run itself, and I'm gonna do these periodic surges at my 10K race pace or maybe a little bit faster. And the goal is just gonna be adding these surges in. It's gonna teach you how to kind of bust out of that rut we all inevitably get in. As your legs fatigue just from the duration of the run, it's gonna teach you how to pick up that pace and how to run a little bit faster and stay relaxed. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. The pace that you should be targeting is something that isn't super high from an effort when, especially when you've never done this before. So if I was thinking about targeting a kind of pace, it would probably be like my marathon pace or potentially even a little slower than that for the real run. Every 5 minutes, what I'm gonna do for 1 minute, I'm actually gonna run at that 10K race pace or a little bit faster. What I might recommend after a little warm up, a little cool down, is that you do something that is maybe 30 to 40 minutes in duration. And you'll notice that if you did 30 minutes, you're gonna get 6 of those pickups at race pace. If you did 40 minutes, you're gonna get 8. And what I'd like you to build up to over the next couple weeks is to work all the way up to 60 minutes of that main set, where every 5 minutes you're kind of hitting it hard at that 10K or a little bit faster pace, and you're gonna start to accumulate upwards of 12 minutes at actual race pace, which is actually gonna feel pretty challenging, but you haven't do so much that it really beats you up. So that's the main set, focusing when we hit those 1 minutes that I'm not trying to be too aggressive. I'm trying to relax my way into that speed, keeping those shoulders nice and fluid, those feet nice and quick with that turnover. Okay, all the hard work has been done, but we won't really adequately benefit from that hard work unless we've done an adequate job of cooling ourselves down and kick-starting that recovery process. So pretty soon, as just shaking things off after that hard run, I want to give myself an additional 5 to 10 minutes of just easy, slow running. This could be like 2 to 3 minutes per mile slower than what you were just doing back there. Very low impact. It could also be a little bit of walking as well if I want. I could just kind of walk it out. I want to finish, make sure I've got some fluids nearby. I'm getting some good fluid in there, maybe some calories in too, just to kind of give my body, it's probably ready for a little bit of food at this point and a little bit of refueling. And then I actually want to get a little bit of mobility work in. Now, I could choose some of the stuff that I just did in terms of my warm-up. So for example, a nice comfortable place to be would just kind of hang out down here, open up my hips this way. I could push back into some downward dog position and pedal out my feet, especially if my calves and hamstrings are a little stiff. Spend a couple minutes here. And another favorite would actually be to go ahead and work on holding the bottom of my squat. So my feet are gonna be hip width, toes turned out. I could drop down here and I could just hang out. And notice I'm on my phone. I could update my training journal. I could Instagram my workout. I could upload it to Strava. Whatever the things I'm gonna do, I can, get a little extra in there as I'm just sitting in the squat. I'm feeling all zenned out. So I feel all good here, but I can get a little bit of extra work done while I'm doing this little bit of mobility and injury prevention. If I'm having trouble holding on, come with me. If I found, say, like a tree or something here, I could even use this or a shelf so I don't fall backwards on my butt. So if I'm particularly stiff in this squat, holding on to something is just gonna help me sit down here. And what I'd love to do is try to spend at least 2 to 3 minutes in the bottom of this position. That'll be the difference. Guys, one more thing, hope you liked this 10K run training video. If you did, go ahead and let me know. Hit that like button right down below. If you have any comments or questions on some of the warm-up or some of the main set, any other thing about racing you want to talk about, hit us up in the comments section. If you want more videos and content just like this one, or also on injury prevention, on strength and conditioning, on how to recover better, definitely subscribe to the Run Experience channel. It's where it's at. And because you've stayed this long, we've got a free training for you where we have 2 weeks of run, strength, and mobility workouts that we specifically have filmed that we want to give to you. Makes such a big difference in your running. To get it, all you need to do is click this link in this video. If you're on a mobile device, don't worry, hit that link down in the description. It's going to take you to a page. Once you're at that page, enter your name and email, and I'll be able to personally send you your 2-week quick start to strong, fast, injury-free running. Guys, once again, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.